All right, everybody. Here we are live in Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah,
Cave
no.
over there. How about it?
Yeah, we're
Good
coming
time.
south now.
Yeah, our RBV Secret Society has the tile takeover tonight. That is going to be part of the Todd Rundgren Clearly Human show. We have for you guests from Secret Society, Jamie Van Wert and Fernando Perdomo. My dogs are going crazy because they want to tell y'all that Wednesday night is Pet Tile Takeover night. That's why you hear Diva.
We need to talk a little bit about that.
Please do, so I can mute.
About the etiquette for the pet tile takeover night, which is going to be Wednesday. That'll be the Austin, Texas show. Yeah, go Longhorns. But we think that it would be best, instead of trying to have your dog or your cat or your bird on the screen the whole time, unless they're very well behaved. But why don't we just do it between songs? So like when a song is over and applause, 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 bring, Spot up on the screen for a second and then put them down on the floor. They're not going to want to sit there for 2 hours anyway.
Or Fido, whatever dog name you want to use. But we mentioned that to Chasm of Prairie, which we'll show you a video of that in a minute. That they love that idea. So in between songs. So Mel, you're gonna have to keep talking because my dogs are going crazy.
Yeah, well, like the dogs are distracting right now. So that's audio, but in video it can be distracting too, apparently, to the band. And you'll hear other etiquette things. These aren't hard and fast rules, but if some of the band says that they're a little distracted by some behaviors when you're in the virtual audience, then let's try to make the band happy. How about that? So Wednesday, bring your dog or your cat or your bird or your snake or your rabbit and put them up in the screen between songs, and then put them down on the floor or whatever.
Okay. All right. So I got a little break, I think. Okay. So Chasm and Prairie talked to us today. We're not going to show the whole video until Wednesday. So it might confuse you because we're talking about pet night, but that's Wednesday night, Tile Takeover. Tonight is Secret Society. We have Bruce McDaniel for tonight. But we thought we'd show the Chasm Prairie video on Facebook, and we're going to show it to you tonight because it talks a little bit about what they think about the tiles and some distractions. Now, I personally think, I'm not going to try to mansplain it here. Yes, I am. That they're kind of kidding a little bit. But remember that when you go to a concert, you can't use a flash on your camera. That's a distraction. Dancing and singing, it's not a distraction. They're used to that kind of thing. So I don't think we got to go overboard with this thing and think we can't do anything and just sit there and go watch the show. It's just, certain things that you can imagine would be distracting if you were watching. So the bottom line is they can see everything you do.
Yes. Remember that you are on camera. So anything that you wouldn't do on television per se, don't do it.
and opinions vary. Michelle wants you partying and dancing, of course. I think the energy definitely changes is what they've said. So it's just something to ponder on. We got to find the right balance.
Correct. Oh, we need to mention also the night before the final show. Very sad. But if you want to participate as a virtual audience member, what's that? Is that the Portland show? I guess
it is.
Yeah,
yep.
that'll be a night kind of like tonight. It'll be She-Ra's night, and they're encouraging people to be in the virtual audience wearing crazy hats or headdresses or wigs. Doug, you might be able to pull out a certain blue wig with a little surfer person.
Don't know anything about that.
Okay, all right. What happens on RR stays on RR.
All right, so let's show the video right quick, and keep in mind a little of this is playful. All right, don't get too wrapped up around the axle on it.
They don't quite dialed in where we are looking at people live. So a little bit of a delay.
Right.
So it's hard to watch people singing. You think they're maybe watching the song that we're playing, but it's a little bit confusing. But I see the faces anyway.
I have something. I do have something to add, and I don't want to get myself in any trouble or anything here.
Go ahead.
But please, the eating during the
no.
When you have a bowl of something in your
yeah,
makes you hungry.
No, it doesn't make me. And the other thing too is when people have like they have a stuffed animal and they go like this in front of the camera, you know, and then their face up like this.
Well, be ready because tonight's show, people are probably going to be holding their animals up.
We are saying over and over again, in between songs, so that it won't bother you.
In between songs.
That's a really good idea. It's just, this is really distracting to see this.
It's coming at us. Oh my.
The faces that we see are as big as, a large size TV. So it's like giant people doing things at us. It's not like normal size. So,
yeah.
Wow.
All
right. Well, it's better than not having anybody on there, I guess.
Yeah. No yawning.
Yeah,
so you've heard the word of chasm.
No yawning.
Listen, you people.
And no either. People that get up and go like this.
Michelle said that she made a post about it on Facebook and said that basically told people to quit sitting around on their couch and just smoking. That was pretty good. Yeah.
From home, you can do whatever you like, but just remember that everybody on the stage is watching you.
Watching you.
See, that there you go. That just cements it.
Makes me laugh.
Yeah.
They were funny. So we have some good stuff on this interview. You got to come back Wednesday and watch the show. We get information about vaccinations with them and Todd. What else, man? We had some.
Oh, what they do in their downtime and
some of the stuff they got from the Feel Us boxes.
Oh, they love it. They love it.
Including Prairie Modeling hat that was received. We have all kind of fun stuff.
Mm-hmm. But we're going to have some fun here, right here tonight.
Yeah. And we got Bruce McDaniel. And we have Fernando talking to him, which was intended to be guitar talk, which we get to that at one point after Fernando quits being a medical doctor. But you'll get to see that too. I'm just messing with Fernando, by the way. Speaking of, let's bring him and Jamie on into this party. What's up?
Hello, gentlemen.
Hold on. I gotta wear all the swag.
There it is. Got a pimp.
By the way, these are still available at the Secret Society Facebook page. Bruce Whetstone has a garage full of them, so kids, get your Secret Society mask.
Yeah, I heard Bruce was waving them at the concert last week like this. Look at my mask. Held a sign up. Get them at Secret Society Facebook page. I don't know if that rumor's true or not.
Fernando, you look like a stripper dangling something else.
Yeah. Don't give him any suggestions, Mel.
Take it off. Yeah. So, Jamie, what's Fernando doing in this room?
Fernando is the newest and greatest member of the Secret Society band.
Blah, blah, blah.
Just to give you a brief history of the band, way back in 2011, me and Bruce Whetstone, Tim Longfellow, and Daniel Iasbeck met at the Todd Rundgren record. And it was a little bit after that we decided to put together a band and play at the Rundgren radio party. When was that, Doug? Maybe 2005? Might have been a few years later.
No,
sure.
We weren't around in 2005, so maybe 15.
2015, excuse me. Yeah. So I didn't think there was going to be math here tonight. But the band played. The last time we played as a full band was at Toddstock East, and Daniel, our guitar god, was unable to return from Brazil as often as he would like, and we would like. So he was unable to continue with the band. And Bruce reached out to Fernando sometime last year, and Fernando was gracious enough to say, yeah, I'm in. And we are just chomping at the bit, waiting to get a chance to perform. And we're hoping that this fall, or maybe this early winter, we'll have an opportunity. And I can say for all the members of the band, Tim and Dan Stiklunas, we are dying to play live with Fernando. He is a bundle of energy and just a huge talent.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it goes without mentioning. Fernando debuted for us at the NAS concert 2 years ago, really.
And 19, yeah.
Yeah, but it was Thanksgiving, so it was almost a year ago. But fantastic job. Everybody loved it. And I think that contributed to this effort. And we love Daniel. Hopefully Daniel can come back sometime too. But it's just logistical situation.
Yeah, we were looking forward to playing that show, and we had a possible show with the NAS in Philadelphia, and
yes,
the world closed down. But hopefully we'll be able to do that again sometime. I mean, have you been in touch with Stookie and Tom at all?
Yes, I have. I have talked to him. So they'll definitely want to do something. It's just a matter of, Stookie, of course, has had health issues over the years. So everything needs to be completely clear before we can kind of go out with that. But which is coming around, it seems like, with vaccines and everything. Maybe concert season will be back in summer and we start looking at doing that again. Definitely want to do that. And definitely want to have a party with Secret Society with Fernando on guitar. And so Mel and I actually think about a couple things. Todd's going back out with the AWATS Individualist Tour. And we know the locations because they were on the geofence situation. So maybe we do surround one of those. And then as far as us doing something, it looks like it may be 2022, like January, February, something like that. Was it February, Mel? February. Something like that.
Everything blends together.
It may be a while. So we may just tag along with one of Todd's shows this year and throw a party somewhere, maybe Cleveland. We'll see. But anyway, we want to party. Everybody wants to get back together, I know.
Yeah, 2022 is about right. Like, for example, the cruise to the edge that I do every year with the Prague people. Mm-hmm. I remember when they originally rescheduled it for April 2022, I was like, that's the future. That's crazy. But now it totally makes sense because things should be – I was watching the news today, and they're talking about things are going to start opening up in April and May, and I think the world will be back to normal by January. That's my – because, man, I mean, this needs to stop. We need to have concerts. We need to have hugs. We need to, all the brothels and the orgies. Whatever happened to that,
It's all on hold.
It's
maybe never coming back.
Strippers are out of work. It's crazy. No.
So, Fernando and Jamie, have y'all seen a show yet, one of these Todd shows?
I saw was it Pittsburgh? No. I saw I forgot which one I saw, but it was fantastic.
You've seen it. Jamie, have you seen it yet?
I've seen the first two and just really impressed by the band and the whole presentation. I'm obviously watching tonight and hope to be in person March 18th.
So, Jamie, what made y'all pick tonight for your tile takeover?
Well, got the idea after Bruce McDaniel, coincidentally, that he's going to be talking tonight. Bruce posted that the band was really energized by seeing people on the tiles. And a lot of people were talking about it. And, Rundgren Radio announced that they were going to do one. And, we had been thinking about it and we figured, okay, let's do the next weekend. Let's do a Saturday night. Saturday night's a good party night, even though we're partying by ourselves for the most part. But that's how we came up with this date, that we wanted to get the next weekend. And we're excited that She-Ra is going to carry the torch and have a ladies' night, which is not restricted to ladies, but they're going to do a ladies' night with dress up and all that stuff. So this is just a great way to support the band. Anybody that's ever played in the band, I'm sure Fernando will attest to this, that when you play to small or non-existent crowds, it just drains the energy. So, to be able to give energy to the band it's win-win.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I did a show in a studio with this artist and Ruby Friedman, and it was great, but at the same time, not having anybody there but the crew didn't feel right. And it's like, even if the tiles are a fantastic idea, but there's just something about the crowd cheering, and that feeling of being in front of people, and that's got to come back, But
the tiles have potential though for that. There may be down the road if they improve on it. It's got a lot of potential for people who can't travel or for artists that don't want to travel. It has some potential down the road. But Jamie, your mic's squealing, so we're only going to let you talk one more time. But I do want to know, do you have? I know you have, but how many people do you have that are going to take photos tonight of people on the tile so that everybody can see on Facebook that this actually worked and that we had a good Secret Society night? I know Corky's there. I think Veronica's there.
There's a good 5 to 10 people that have said that they were going to take still photos and some video and post it on Facebook for everybody to see. And that'll be really great. That'll be cool to see who participated. And so we'll be looking.
Again, that's a reason not to misbehave on your tile. You might be still photographed and then put everywhere on Facebook misbehaving, eating a bowl of cereal or something. That would be terrible.
Let me mention a couple things from the chat room, and then we're going to show that Bruce interview. We'll make sure we get that in because Mel has demanded that we stop the show early so she can get prepared to be on the tile and everything else because it can be problematic, as we all know. We'll be emailing back and forth with no cap. All right. So first, let's say, and Fernando, you could say something about this if you'd like, but Michael Stanley has passed away, big time musician, Cleveland, Todd connections. Rest in peace, Michael.
Yeah, rest in peace, Michael. He was fantastic. And I remember taking a deep dive on him when I was in Cleveland playing at a place called the Winchester, working with a band called the Sunrise. And freaking, it's really interesting back then when Michael was a regional star and there was regional hits. I produced a guy named Andy Pratt who had a regional #1 in half the country with Avenging Annie, and then half the country didn't know who he was. But it's really interesting that it's really fortunate that these artists were able to break through at least partially. And Michael was a big influence on so many people. I've seen a lot of people posting about him today, and it's a whole other world that you could get into there. So. It's awesome.
Different times. Sure. Yeah. Also, Regina mentioned in here something about Gil Asias glasses. We have him lined up for an interview that we'll do for the She-Ra night. So we'll have him on that. But maybe we should, Mel, have just done the ladies, but.
Well, we had Grace on, what was it, a wine show?
Grace, Mia,
So. Mia,
Michelle's on New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve, that's right, most recently. So it'd be fun to have the three of them
maybe
together.
We can get some of them. Maybe we'll get one or two of them for the She-Ra show. And we definitely need to have She-Ra on, all that good stuff. But let's keep with Secret Society. Tonight is Secret Society Tile Takeover, which means, if you don't know, Todd Rundgren has tiles for this Clearly Human tour that the band can see where you're on video, just like we are now. We're kind of cutting the tiles, I guess, for the concert, which tonight is Nashville. And the guitar player for this tour is Bruce McDaniel. Because Jamie has something he's got to say. Because Jesse is not ready to be back yet, but we'll be in April. It sounds like April, May sometime. We might see Jesse again. So let's see. Raise your hand, Jamie. What do you got?
I know you had me on mute real quick. Speaking of guitar players, let's have Fernando talk about his TRGTR album before
we're going to come back, but yeah, that's good. Give it up.
Great cover, by the way. Love it.
That's a photo by Joel Barrios. And that guitar, if for all Todd fans, is a 1974 Fender Mustang. And Todd, was very well known for playing a Mustang all throughout the 70s. And when I opened up for Todd on the arena tour in Florida, I played this guitar. I showed it to him. He signed it. He's like, wow, this thing played like mine. And I told him, I'm like, man, it's a real bummer you don't have that guitar anymore. What happened to it? And he let me know that the guitar was actually stolen during the Adventures tour, which actually, believe it or not, was good news to me because it means it didn't burn up in the fire like the white one. Because I've seen photos of the white Mustang that he used on the Back to the Bars tour, completely burnt up. And it's very sad to think about all the equipment that was lost in that fire in '85. But I had a black Mustang that I didn't like as much, and I just wasn't using it, and I gave it to Todd, and he has it in his possession, and I've seen a photo of him and Rebop with it, and I hope he one day uses it for recording or something, because there's something about the Mustang, the tremolo bar and everything, that's really a part of Todd's sound. And Foamy's fantastic, but there's something about Todd's playing on that Mustang that was better than the Fool, better than the Tellys, better than anything. I think he really found his voice with that guitar. So when he released Espionage, I fell in love with that song, and I thought it'd be really cool to do that song and bring out the beauty of it. And when I posted it, people were like, wow, we want to hear more. So then I did Can We Still Be Friends and Smoke, and people were like, okay, you got to do an album. So I did a whole album of Todd Rundgren songs done instrumentally, focusing on the guitar playing and focusing on the melodies. And it's been the best-selling record I've had. It's already almost to the sales of Out to Sea, which is my first progressive rock album. And it's only been out for a month now, and it's doing really well. And I'm really proud of it. I mean, Todd's music has been a part of my life for decades now, and it's such a big part of my DNA, and it's my joy to bring new life to these songs. And the 16 songs I picked go all the way from Naz to singer-songwriter Todd, prog Todd, new wave Todd, Utopia, and goes all the way to state and global stuff, So
Nice. Probably hard to pick, but I got to say, Fernando, you can make an effort here, but everybody that watches this show, if they saw your Seven Rays video, they've already bought this CD and they're gonna buy it. that was badass.
That's the hardest song I've ever drummed to. It's bizarre, the amazing changes and stuff. So the best thing about this is that Todd community is so encouraging and so loving, and it's a real joy to play this music. So that's why the Secret Society, when we play out, it's going to be such a blast, because everybody knows every word, these songs. The Todd community is so incredible, and with Todd being up for the Hall of Fame again, every boost that he gets is always fantastic, because it's our little secret. He's our God, and he's our personal Beatles, and it's great to see people discovering the music, and any chance for the music to get a new life, whether it's through the tribute bands or through any type of re-recordings of the music. It's fantastic. I am going to do another volume of this, and I've already got some songs planned. If you guys have any requests, let me know.
So you do take requests. Todd doesn't.
Yeah, as long as you say, play whatever, you bastard.
Yeah, you bastard.
So this is the place to get it, right? Do I have it right? Cherryred?
Cherryred.co.uk.
Okay, let's fix that right quick.
UK.
Okay, we can fix that. Not a problem.
That's really generous of you to have given that Mustang to Todd. That's wonderful.
There it is.
Yeah,
that's good stuff.
Smiled to his face, and he showed me the thing that attracted him the most is you could dump down the vibral, the whammy bar all the way.
He's talking fancy stuff.
You cut him off, didn't you, Doug? Oh no, there he is again.
Before the Floyd Rose, that was the only tremolo bar that you could do that.
Tremolo bar. Okay.
Yeah.
Now he's talking guitar stuff. Now that Bruce is gone.
Tremolo.
All right. So Fernando, we'll discuss some more here after we show this Bruce interview, and maybe we'll show the Seven Rays for people who didn't get to see it on the New Year's Eve party, because it was 6 hours almost. So I know you didn't see everything. Maybe you did. I hope you did.
I did. I saw everything.
Mel saw it all. Great job. All right. So let's show Bruce right quick. This is Bruce McDaniel, the guitar player for Clearly Human Tour. Fernando comes and joins us. This is pre-recorded yesterday.
Then we'll be back.
And then we'll be back and we'll talk some more, and we'll maybe show the Seven Rays video. Okay, so be patient with me. I'm about to try a new trick. We have a way to share a video file straight up, which is kind of cool. So we needed this a long time ago, but we're going to do it. All right, let's see.
Fingers
All right,
crossed.
we have Bruce McDaniel here all the way in Chicago, or maybe. Okay, that didn't work. Hang on a second. I don't know.
I'd have to look at my day sheet to know where I am. But.
It's well, Saturday night, Nashville Secret Society night. So what are you doing today in Chicago? Hanging out?
Yeah, we're still kind of tweaking certain things. So, I come back and get a good night's sleep. And then in the morning, I play through a few things that we discuss. There's a lot of discussion in like the dressing room of, hey, by the way, what are you playing at this point in what song? And then we kind of make little adjustments here and there. So I try and drill those in the morning. But on day off, I try to actually go outside and see the world, even as weird as the world may be right now.
It's the weather's not as bad as you probably thought over there. It's been kind of nice in Chicago.
Yeah,
Somewhat.
we've had quite the gamut of weather because the first 2 weeks, I don't think there was a single day that it didn't snow. Mm-hmm. And it was down in the single digits and in the minuses for some time. And then the other day it was almost 60 degrees. So we're supposed to get some nice weather over the next few days, and I'm going to go outside and do something other than walk around the block once. I'll try and make my way around town.
Mm-hmm. Grace told me that you are a coffee geek. Is this true?
Yeah. So
confirmed.
I do like to make a good cup of coffee, and I have for the road I have an AeroPress. So I make faux espresso and faux Americanos while I'm traveling, but at home I have a rather elaborate coffee array.
That's awesome.
Well, we'll have to get you on one of our coffee tasting shows then.
Yeah, I love a good coffee tasting. I have had a few with in New Orleans with some of the coffee roasters down there because I've served various coffees at my restaurant that I have in New Orleans, and so I've sat down and done the whole thing and the cupping and the
Oh wow,
I love it. So
that's awesome then. Okay, I'm not a big fan of the chicory coffee in New Orleans. You like that stuff at Cafe?
Honestly, no one should be.
Yeah.
As much as I love New Orleans, that's just
it's just wrong.
Right. It started as a filler thing. So, but people just got used to the taste. It wasn't put in there to make it taste better.
Hmm.
Sounds like there's a story there, but we can save that for the coffee show.
For coffee show, yeah.
Yeah. So you sure do look like you're having a good time up on that stage during this virtual tour.
Indeed, yeah. Especially in this sort of weird, like Groundhog Day scenario where we're not resetting up our gear and we're not trying to figure out how to make things sound good every night. Everything sounds good still in our ears from the prior night, because everything's been set up for this period of time. You can actually get on stage and relax and just play, as opposed to, I can't hear the snare or, whatever. Everything's pretty much already set for us. So it's a really nice situation that we're not used to having, where we go out there and it's a really easy way to slide into the show. You know what it's going to sound like, you know what it's going to feel like. The biggest thing for us is, trying to vibe off of very few people in the room and off of the tiles and try and figure out how to, be energy vampires off of everybody out there.
Yeah, we've. Did you see the Tom making bagels in the tile?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So, yeah, we got some surprises coming for you guys for tile night, so it'll be fun.
Excellent. You know, we like to see all the unusual things, of course, because it makes each night different. And, you know, see people's dogs and see people doing a different dance and see people, you know, in different rooms. Like, you know, we've seen some certain people like Lizzie, for example, you know, has been on a few times.
Probably every time.
She has her license plate backdrop, but sometimes she's in a different room and sometimes she's wearing a wig, and, you know.
She'll be wearing a wig on the 21st of March. All right. So was it weird? You're playing guitar and all of a sudden you see Jesse Gress out there playing guitar on the tile?
It was so great. It was great. I was so happy to see that, you know, and you know, we're a little delayed, of course, because of the transit on the internet. So, you know, I was watching Jesse, but of course it's not in sync exactly with us.
No.
But it was so fun.
He's not playing it right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to quit looking. Am I doing it wrong or is he doing it wrong? Yeah. So the latency. Okay. I thought about that we're probably all singing off. The lyrics were off by a couple seconds or something.
Usually it depends on people's, you know, home internet connection, but it's usually a second or two off, you know, so it's not like minutes off. It's just a little bit off. You can see that the people are singing the right lyrics, just a little behind it.
Yeah, a little bit behind. All right, I got one more question for you. We're going to bring in somebody that I want you to chat with tonight. The boxes people are sending in for each city with all the stuff in it. How's that been for you?
So cool. And, you know, like that's the first thing that we see when we get there, right? So we get to the venue and we walk right through the green room and it's been all laid out for us on a table. And everybody like gleefully attacks the table and starts picking through everything and seeing what we got. And it's been really, really both, you know, comforting to know that there are actual humans out there that are caring, you know, what's going on. And also super fun to see the different things that come in from different places. And we sort of all gather around the table and laugh and have a great time and start going through everything. And like last night, I snagged a gooey butter cake T-shirt from St. Louis. And
St. Louis, yeah.
But
gooey cake's good.
It's great. And you know, I want people to know that, you know, it's not something that we take for granted, and it's not something that we just kind of blow by. It is a big part of our night every night. It really starts our night off.
Sounds fun. I know some good food and some shirts, all kinds of stuff. All right. Well, we're doing a tile Saturday tonight when we're showing this, the 6th, the Nashville show.
Right.
Secret Society, the Utopia Todd tribute band. They have a new guitar player who we're going to bring in so y'all can talk some guitar geekness that me and Mel are not able to converse in. Fernando Perdomo is in the house.
Welcome, Fernando.
Hey, man, you actually answered a couple of my questions. It must be really interesting. I've actually done shows before where it's like you don't really pack away your gear. The stuff is there for a week, and in your case, a whole month. So it's like, it's kind of relaxing that you don't have any loadout or any need for, you know, roadies, and you're not spending 2 hours in a van every day, which is really, really good. However, you know, with all the COVID stuff, I actually thought, are you guys locked down in the hotel?
You know, we're in our pod and we don't socialize outside of that. You know, we're not going to restaurants and things like that. We are, you know, like I'll go to get a cup of coffee and sit outside, but I don't think any of us are comfortable at this point, you know, reducing the compliance of our pod. You know, we've been really successful keeping ourselves in this pod and staying healthy, and you know, our crew has been amazing, and you know, we're masked up all the time, except when we're, you know, just us in the dressing room or on the stage rather. In the van, we're masked up. You know, coming through our living accommodations, we're masked up. So it's no different than what everybody else has to do. It's just that we're doing it in a group of, you know, a dozen people.
Well, no, because I've heard that, like, you know, when you're obviously under contract for a situation like this, there might be some verbiage where it's like, oh, don't screw this up. So really, you're forced to stay here, blah blah blah. Because, I imagine, I mean, any one of you gets exposed, it could be a real disaster. So I understand, but you haven't like if I was in Chicago, obviously I would be over at Chicago Music Exchange daily.
Yeah. Believe me, we're well aware that Chicago Music Exchange is just right there, and so, we're also cognizant of the fact that Chicago just recently reduced the degree of lockdown that they're in, and they've opened the restaurants to 50% capacity and have increased the total number of people that could potentially be at the venue that we're playing. But that's not going to change any of our protocols, because we're, again, we're very concerned with everybody's health. A lot of people have a lot riding on this, and most of all, we got to keep Todd healthy, because he's the show. So any one of us could screw that up.
Has he been vaccinated?
Well, I don't have all the statuses of everybody's situation. Yeah. I'm mostly focused on, I'm going to get vaccinated when I get back to New Orleans. But
awesome.
It's been, everybody's been so good about it, and we're on top of each other about it too. Last night I wandered out of the venue heading toward the van and realized I didn't have my mask, and I was and we were all yelling at each other that we weren't ready, to leave.
That's cool.
Hey, Dr. Fernando.
Yes.
You're supposed to be asking guitar questions, man. Come on. Say something me and Mel can't say that we don't know anything about.
No. That's my curiosity, because it's actually my questions will be more gig related than guitar, because it's like, okay, obviously you've been a Todd fan your entire life. I love your work with the Palermo band. I love your playing. You're a perfect guy for this, and you're doing a great job. I mean, this is not the easiest set to jump in on. It's not like if you're jumping in on it probably seems like it's way more difficult than what you did jumping in on the Chasms Utopia thing, because being a part of the Clearly Human band, you're not just playing guitar, you're singing your ass off. And some of these songs have some really complicated vocal parts.
Yeah, but honestly, we rehearsed a lot more for the vocal stuff than we did for the instrumental portions.
Oh yeah,
we all sort of learned that at home.
There's the classic lore about Jellyfish's 4-hour day vocal regimen, but this is taking that even more, because the fact that you guys have 9 vocalists on stage, right? Or what's the count this year?
I think 10, because everybody, if you include Todd, because everybody is mic'd up except Prairie. So
yeah. Why did the drummers get it so easy?
He's got a lot to do, believe me. He's not slacking off.
Okay, so guitar questions. When did you discover Todd? And when did you get obsessed with Todd guitar playing wise?
So I think probably the first guitar oriented album that I really fetished was Faithful.
Awesome.
And once you hear Love of the Common Man and you hear Black and White, and particularly the tone in those things is incredible. But the first album I had was Something Anything, and there's things like Black Mariah and stuff where the guitar is just intense. I never really thought much about sort of copying what Todd was doing, but I found that over the course of my life, when I look back and sort of see stylistically what I gravitate to, it tends to be things that sound like Todd. I play a lot of things in my normal life that I go, oh, that's kind of a Todd lick. I'm a huge, as you're aware, I'm a huge Frank Zappa fan, but I I don't find myself playing like Frank very often. Not that many people can or do, but I find myself, basing a lot of things that I do in Todd's style just by virtue of osmosis, from listening to the record so much. I will say that my piano playing is entirely based on Todd. I learned to play the piano listening to Something Anything and playing, Wouldn't Have Made Any Difference in Marlene and stuff like that.
Yeah, he has his own voice on guitar and on piano. And
absolutely.
I'll never forget. The first Todd show I ever saw, he's like, piano's like what did he say? He used to say something like along the lines that it's like, piano's my third instrument, but if I play it like my eighth instrument or whatever. He always jokes about how sloppy he is on piano, but he has an incredible voice on piano, and the way his voice
we discuss that in the band a lot. I discuss it with Gil and Elliot when we're trying to figure out the voicings so that we don't step on each other, because there's a lot of density in these chords, and you got 3 chordal instruments all going at the same time. You can get in each other's way. And, we talk about how Todd uses sort of, not to get too music geeky term wise, but moving inner voices within the chords where he's, it's not the obvious thing that any piano player would play. And it takes a lot of thought to figure out what he's actually doing in a lot of these songs.
But in the history of rock and roll, the real innovators are the ones that self-taught and the ones that kind of threw away the rules. Paul McCartney on the bass and Frank Zappa, all these incredible innovators that kind of brought their own voice into the instrument. And Todd, being such a ham-fisted, kind of self-professed noob on the piano, he came up with so many original ideas just because he was so limited on his left hand and the way that he would voice the chords and the way that he would change all the clusters. It's really fascinating. And then as far as his guitar playing, my first exposure to Todd was my first concert ever, which was Ringo and the All-Stars. And I had known a little bit about Todd. I knew Hello, It's Me. I knew I Saw the Light from classic rock radio. But the first thing he did in that show is freaking blow me away with his guitar playing. And, I was like 11 years old and I'm like, okay, this guy I got to check out, because the thing that most people notice about Todd's guitar playing first is all the emotion first. Because, man, talk about an emotional lead guitar player. The way when he juices notes and starts going crazy, it's just like it really overcomes you. But then the idiosyncrasies of his vibrato and his the way that he voices everything and a lot of his go-tos, especially riff-wise, it's really cool to see where he goes with solos, because it's a combination of melodicism and passion and a lot of blues. But at the same time, it's really interesting to see how much he innovated on stuff like slide. I had a conversation with him about his slide playing on War Babies, the Hall & Oates record. And he had the funniest thing to say. He said something along the lines that his slide was a pinch roller from an IBM computer. And he lost it, and he hasn't played slides since because he hates regular slides. So again, it's really cool that he created his own vocabulary. But
and the thing is, on top of it, it's not like he was not like many artists who sort of go beyond what their basic training was. It's not like Todd couldn't do the straight blues playing, because if you listen to like Kitty Boy, he's playing like Johnny Winter, and he can do all that stuff, and he just kind of leaped off of that to somewhere totally different once he started, experimenting a little more and being a little freer. Those early Nas records is such great playing that the song "A Beautiful Song." He'll probably complain about this, but that guitar solo in there is so powerfully emotional. The whole song is incredible, and the horn arrangements that he did are incredible and all of that. But he could do that raw blues thing, but he can do so much more on top of it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, is that he always expanded his vocabulary, but was still having the same general building blocks
The
of.
core is there, yeah.
And he's still innovating. I mean, I love all the guitar playing he's done in the last 10 years, because it's great that I can tell that he has his go-to ways of playing, but at the same time, he definitely figures out a way to expand it. So my main two questions are, when it came to learning these tunes, did he what type of roadmap did you have? Basically, were you guys learning him off of the Live in Japan bootlegs and all that stuff, or did you have sheet music, or did you and how close did he want it?
No, there's no sheet music for any of this stuff, with the exception of the
Smell of Money, maybe.
Smell of Money?
Yeah, Smell of Money. That's about it.
Yeah.
And even then, I didn't have the sheet music for that. You know, the horn guys have the sheet music.
Oh,
for
got
it. You know, the roadmap was basically the record,
Yeah.
and like you said, the Japan video, and you know, there are things that are different between those two, and so you try to figure out with the happy medium between them, and hope that when you get to rehearsal, you're kind of in the neighborhood. And any corrections that happen then are typically, you know, I think Todd's MO for this, in rehearsals, was unless something bothered him, we were kind of on our own to find our spaces. So we did a lot of self-correction where, you know, like I would ask the keyboard players what they're playing, like I said before, you know, as far as voicings go, just to make sure we're not in the way. Or ultimately, you know, you ask Chasm because he knows everything, right? So I would, you know, if there was a baby to be split, you know, we would ask Kaz which it should be. Should it be like this or like this? And then you go like that.
That's awesome.
And that was great.
I mean, and you know, man, you are killing. Everybody is killing it. It sounds incredible. Is there an MD? Like, who is the MD?
You know, there really is not an official one. I mean, obviously, Chasm is the brain trust because he's been there for 45 years now. You know,
the senior member.
Yeah, and on a lot of things, you know, you can't expect Todd necessarily to remember what somebody played 30 years ago. You know, in a given bar. You know, is it like this or like this? Is there an F in there? He wouldn't. How would he remember that? But you can't expect him to know if it sounds right or sounds wrong. So you know, he's obviously the final arbiter. I would say Gil probably has the best ear of anybody in the band. So we defer to him on a lot of things, like particularly in the things where there's a lot of density in the harmony, where you can psychoacoustically, you can hear notes that may not be actually being played because of the way things resonate. So we'll ask Gil, who has a great ear, like, is there an F in there? And he'll say, no.
Yes or no? So how many guitars do you have for this show? Do you play just one, or do you mix it up?
No, I'm playing 3 on the show.
The Revolt is cool.
Yeah, the Revolta is kind of the main one, and then I have the Nearly Human guitar, which is tricked out with some stickerage and stuff. And then I have a Line 6 Variax, which I use for the acoustic simulation for Smell of Money.
Those are fantastic. And then I heard also you're doing an ampless. So we started with the pod, and now we're ending with the pod.
Well, yeah, I'm using the Helix, right? And Todd is also ampless, you know, and it makes it a lot easier for the sound guys to get dialed in. Nothing changes day to day that way.
That's the only way to do it when it comes to the show, because you have to have so many vocalists on stage. It just makes me wonder, like, I mean, have you did you do this talk with Lyle about the '89 tour? Like, was he ampless too, or no?
Oh
right?
no, because there was I think that would have been like right at the beginning of even the ability to be ampless.
Yeah.
I don't think the technology was quite there for, and also there was a lot of resistance. You know how guitar players are.
Oh yeah.
We want our amps,
Oh no. I when I was touring with Christian Castro's big Mexican artist, our usual was amp, and then all of a sudden we started doing all these shows where it's like, okay, you're gonna have to do pod, and that actually became. I saw the convenience in that. I was using a 2.0 at the time. This is 2002 and stuff, but man, I mean, there is something really, really cool about the fact that everything is coming out of this one space, and that there's no extra volume on stage, and that you have your own perfect mix in your ears, and I saw the ability of that happening, and now it's gone to the next level with the Kempers and all the Helix.
And you don't have buzzes and weird, things fritzing out, and on top of it, you don't have to have the crew carrying heavy amps around, which is nice. But I think the biggest convenience really is, like you said, keeping the stage volume low, right? And
or nil,
especially with all the singers and all the open mics. We've got probably 30 open mics on the stage right now.
Yeah,
between the drums and all the singers. So you start making noise on the stage, a lot of things start picking it up.
Yeah. Well, that's incredible on these streams, and I'm excited that you guys are going to do a DVD, because that's going to be something joyous. And my last question is, do you guys watch the streams afterwards to check the performance?
We have watched some, yeah, because obviously once we got through about 4 or 5 shows, we wanted a little touch point to make sure that we felt comfortable, and we're like, oh, I shouldn't do that there, or whatever. Or that looks ridiculous. And the horn guys have to check their dance steps, all of that stuff.
So, hey, what is in layman's terms, real quick, because I know you need to go. You got plenty going on over there. What is a pod? And I thought when you said pod, Fernando, I'm thinking of the TRI tours. What is a pod?
What you never talked about is there was a product by Line 6 called the Pod, and it came out 20 whatever years ago, and it looked like it was kind of kidney bean shaped and about this big, and it was a very early digital modeler of amplifiers. So you had a little knob on it, and you could pick between like a Marshall amp or a Fender amp or whatever, and everybody kind of mocked guitar players that used it back then on live gigs, but everybody secretly used it in the studio,
Yeah.
But that technology has really gotten, so much more sophisticated, and the thing that I use, the Helix, is many generations later of that technology by the same company, by Line 6. But they also make, they still make products that are branded Pod. But that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, and Todd's been using the Pod for everything since the Liars tour. I remember hearing about Todd going ampless there, and then I've been looking at his rigs every show I've seen, and he's always been a Line 6 guy, and now he's been using the racked. He still uses the racked Pod Pro, right?
Yeah, well, he's got a few things over there. He's got choices, because he's got an Axe Effects over there too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I would have to ask Randy what he's using on any given song, because Randy sort of runs the show back there.
Cool.
Randy. All right. Well, good stuff. Bruce, man, we appreciate your time. Fernando, we look for these shirts. You're going to see a lot of them Saturday night. Secret Society Tile Takeover. We'll be partying and dancing.
Yeah,
like we're there.
Last word to all of you tile people. You really have no idea how much we feed off of you, and so thank you so much for doing it. It makes such a difference to us.
Awesome.
Good to hear.
I know you like that. What about the people that come there in person? You like that too, right?
Fantastic, of course, obviously. And you know, we've had some rowdy crowds of 19 people.
It's fixing to be up to 50 now, they say, something like that. They opened it up.
They're going to work that, but yeah, I look forward to seeing every face out there.
All right, man. Well, everybody's loving it, Bruce. We appreciate it.
All right. Have
keep on keeping on.
See you later.
Thanks.
Right. There it is.
Well,
All right. How about it?
That Bruce is a good guy, man. Very
Good
cool
stuff.
he is. He is. Yeah.
was
Good job. Good job, Fernando, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
good
it was
stuff.
cool. I know I went off into a little bit of a health thing, but it's on everybody's mind. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
you know,
And then you asked who the MD was.
Yeah. Musical director, not medical doctor, but I was like at the same thing. Well, what the hell?
Yeah. Wow, that's funny. That's funny. Well, that's great. You know, they should have a personal
I bet they do.
Actually, bands have had personal doctors for years. They're just
Yes. Yeah, that is.
That's called drug dealers. No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway. Oh,
Prescription only.
yeah. So Mel and I one time, I won't mention the artist, Alan Parsons, that had on the rider that they needed us to pay for an MD for 24 hours to be at the show, a medical doctor. And we were like, well, why? And they wouldn't answer it. And then they never talked to us again. So I guess it wasn't a good question to ask.
Crazy.
But anyway, that was years ago. Yeah. It was like,
Well, I've seen like
what?
video. I remember having this like Fleetwood Mac concert video where like where like Mick Fleetwood would run off stage and go get oxygen and stuff like that. You know,
yeah.
so
Meatloaf, you know, he would need air
Meatloaf needed a
afterwards.
doctor big time.
I'm going to guess it's probably not cheap to pay for a doctor to be there all night for a concert. Just a guess. I don't know. My 30-minute visits are enough, you know.
It's not always a good thing. Remember Michael Jackson, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Michael Jackson's bad.
Well, Michael Jackson's personal doctor killed him pretty much. So
right.
You get what you pay for.
True that. All right. Well, we have another member of Secret Society.
Ooh.
There are only 5, if memory serves me well. So I need your permission to let him in.
Uh-oh.
Should we let the surprise guest in?
Bring him in.
He's knocking.
What up, dog?
What's up?
Dog. I had to show off my eye of Horus over there. There you go.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, I like it raw. Ooh, baby, I like it raw.
Yeah. So send me go to the Secret Society website and get your mask.
I thought that was a hat. I was like, y'all have hats now?
Nah, I'm just sporting it up there instead of down here. Here you go. We better
have
hide
some of those left. Damn, Jamie. Hey,
Yeah.
I hope Jamie, when he performs at the next party or whatever, that his microphone works better than that stuff he's got at home. Anyway, what the? I mean, help him out, Bruce. Come on, man. Hey, you still have some masks available? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, we got a few. I did a pretty large order, so, and this pandemic's going to be a while before it's over. So, yeah, grab a few.
Yeah, masks are bad. I might bust one out for flu season next year, just so I don't get that bad boy.
They're lovely. They are beautiful. They have the 7-way, 8-way, 18-hour girdle type stretch kind of thing.
We, got a tip from Uncle Dougie as to who to get those from. So these are the same provider as this party at the end.
Good
of the year.
deal.
Yep.
It's some people that didn't work for, but it's just the way it is.
Well, yeah, I have to have an extender. I got such a big head. It's a big head time.
Really? So you're admitting it?
Yeah. 7 1/4, baby.
Whoa!
There it is. Hey! Whoa! Hey! Start a song. All right. Okay. So Kathleen Forsyth says she's going to get her mask. We need a She-Ra mask. Kathleen, have you not ordered a mask yet? Goodness.
Yeah, get with it. That'll be fun.
Well, you need to make sure she gives you the correct address over there to the vineyard, because it gets confusing whether it's a P.O. box or physical address and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She knows what I'm talking about. But yeah, there's it's good to have those masks. All right. What else we got? We're going to we have, okay, so the show starts in an hour. I think I want to show Fernando's video for sure, but I do want to ask Cruiser Mel and Bruce, you can answer too, perhaps. A lot of people ask us, like we're tech support, how to do this tile thing and how to watch this show. And I don't have the answers. I mean, I have my wife help me out. She's smarter than me. Do the AirPlay from my Mac to television, but I haven't done a tile yet. What kind of advice can you give people on how to make this work tonight?
Well, so, it's always tricky because, people would have one or two brands. They either have the iPhone or they have the Android, which is a good starting point. And then, the question is, how do you feed that across if you want to put it on your TV? And unfortunately, there's like 4 or 5 different ways to do that. So we can't go through all those. But the foolproof way is if you're an all Mac house, it's pretty easy because you can AirPlay to your TV as long as the TV supports AirPlay. There's a similar technology on Windows. If the TV has the capability to do an AirPlay to the Windows machine, then get on your Windows laptop and do the same thing. Just stream it or cast it over. If you don't have that technology available, then unfortunately you got to start fiddling with cables and with adapters to see if there's some way you can hook up, device, whether it's a pad or a phone or your laptop to your TV. And last but least, hey, if all else fails, just sit there, unfortunately, in front of your laptop and deal, because this is
That's
a
not terrible
browser-based technology.
Yeah,
No, you get
watching on
decent
my Mac.
quality. Yeah.
Okay, so can you?
Chasm had a lot of important things to say. He wanted to say, make sure to eat while watching the show, and make sure to wag as much things in front, and
especially your ass,
including your behind.
Yeah,
all of your butt.
Yeah, nude would be best.
You got it. Yes. Lots
there it
of
is.
That. What the hell?
Wow.
Yeah,
Bruce,
don't do that.
Can you be on a tile and watch it on your television? Do you know? Did you say that already? Is it possible?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out.
We do that with the AirPlay that we're talking about. So they'll have the little tile down. The difference though is if you try to go full screen, because the minute you try to go full screen, then you can't see yourself anymore. You have to take it out of full screen mode in order to see the picture in picture at the bottom of what your camera looks like. So what I've been doing is, put it full screen, let it run for a while, and then every so often check in to see, hello, yeah, we're still here, and then go back to full screen again.
I would also think, Bruce, that it would behoove you, if you were doing it that way, to have the wherever your camera source is, have it facing your face, not over here to the side, because then you're going to be like this the whole night. So always remember that you are on screen and you're being seen. So act like you are on the Today Show,
Exactly. CNN, we're live in the studio with Fernando, Jamie.
Right. Now, I know there's been some confusion, and I have it myself. I have code anxiety when I do this tile virtual audience member thing. And I've only done it once before, but it is confusing. They sent you a code when you first purchased your ticket, and they may have sent you a code somewhere during the day today, and that is not the code to watch the virtual thing. You have to pretty much log on first and then use that old code and then say, wait, this isn't what I wanted. And then you have to contact them. So that's where the code anxiety comes in. But they are handling it really well.
There's been a lot of confusion about that. And unfortunately, they haven't been really consistent. I've had very good luck, actually, with the second code, the one that comes in the day before the show, of taking that one. No, I've been signing up for the full boat. So I've got virtual live audience. I got the multi-view, got the whole works. They send me 2 different emails. I get a multi-view code and I get a virtual live audience code. And unfortunately, they aren't interchangeable. So if you want virtual live audience, you need to use the virtual live audience code, and you need to log into the tile on their login screen that is for virtual live audience. Otherwise, you'll get an incorrect code error message, and then you'll be on chat or email trying to get them to fix it. I know people in Facebook have said, yes, the first one they sent you back when you first bought your ticket is the best one. And I'm sure that works for a lot of folks, but I've had terrible luck with that. So I always go with the second one. I always go with the one that I got the day before. and that one's
Did
been
you say
pretty
you
good
bought?
so far.
Did you buy the whole tour?
No, I
shows?
bought initially a 5-pack that included Cleveland through Milwaukee. So I've seen quite a few of the shows. And then
Very nice.
one of the band members was nice enough to comp me on Pittsburgh. So I got to see Pittsburgh up front, and I've seen a couple since then. But
Cool.
typically I bought the whole boat in terms of all of the options.
Yeah, I think No Cap is, speaking of comps, has probably had to comp almost everybody because of screw ups. But
Oh,
hey,
that's
it's
not
new
good.
technology, and they're trying, like, somebody will have a problem, so they'll comp them for the next night or whatever, which is nice of them.
Yeah.
But they got a long way to
Right.
go. But it's still pretty awesome, I got to say. I watched the first show on video, and I saw one live, which was just fantastic. But I do have Corky, maybe a roving reporter in a minute, so we may have some action from the venue. So before that happens, though, why don't we watch a little Fernando 7 raise action? Can you handle that, Perdomo? Or are you too shy?
No, I just got to set up 5 pieces of equipment to play. No.
No. I'm going to show the video.
Yeah, show the video.
I'm going to see if I can get it right this time without.
Yeah.
Let's get trippy.
New technology here. Hold on. Let's see what we got. Fernando Perdomo. I think this is it. Oh, yeah. All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, maybe.
Well,
I don't know if you guys are high, but I'm feeling high as hell right now.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't see how, if you had tiles tonight and you were doing that, how anybody could sit still. So, I don't think that's the plan. I think it's just
No.
going to,
Dancing is
Let's not do
allowed.
this. Yeah.
That song
All
made me
good.
want to eat and wag stuff in the screen, For sure. At the same time.
All right. So we have just a few minutes because Mel wanted to get a 30-minute start on her technical side and, all that stuff. But I'm trying to figure it out. I think we have a roving reporter at the show, but
nice.
We do.
The camera is looking a little weird, but let's give it a try. See what we got. Oh, wait.
Oh.
Do this first. There's how you get Fernando's CD if you hadn't got it.
What?
It's got that song on it.
Yep.
It's got
That's
Hello, It's Me, You Bastard. It's got everything.
Yeah.
All kind of stuff. All right, let's see what we got. Corky.
Good evening, Doug.
What's happening, man? Oh, he's got the clear mask on. He's got to be there.
Okay. So I believe I have to turn this phone around so you can see the folks in the room here.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Well, let's hold on. Let me get you large in charge here.
Y'all. Good
What's
evening.
up?
Oh, there they are.
Can you see anybody? We're all in the outer room here where the red lights are telling us we're not live with the show quite yet, but we're ready.
Very red.
Oh.
Are you in the room already? Are you in the
Everybody
waiting room?
back there, please.
Are you in the waiting room?
Good evening.
In the audience.
That's
all
the waiting
good.
room, I think. That's like the waiting room, right?
Right.
All right, who we got there? You got anybody you know we can talk to?
Anybody want to be interviewed by Doug here?
That's not how you ask, man.
Man, well, you know this lady here. Everybody say hello. Good
Who we
evening.
got? I can't
Who am I
see anything.
talking
Your
to?
camera's weird.
Who's that, Doug?
Hey, this is Dougie Fresh. Who's this?
I don't want to talk to you, Doug.
Veronica. Veronica.
Yes.
Veronica, you bet. Hello.
Talk
You're waving the bird in front of the camera.
Talk to Mel.
I'm getting masked up right now. I can't talk to you right this moment. But thank
What
you.
does that mean?
I'm not doing a great job at this, Doug.
It looks like you're looking through red lines or something.
Hey, Doug. Hey,
Who's
Mel.
that?
How you doing?
What's up? Who's
Good.
that? I can't see you real well.
Introduce yourselves. Matt Geary.
Corky, have you got like a camera cover on or something?
What's that?
Have you got like a camera cover on or something? Your camera's not working.
Hold on. We're working on the tech here.
You got your brother with you. I know he knows how to make a camera work.
Mr. Video,
Well,
you betcha.
Well, I was up on his phone. Hold on just a
I'll
second.
send you a picture of what it looks like.
Yeah, hold on.
It looks like mini blinds that are red.
Yeah.
That's the ceiling.
Hmm.
We got mini blinds and they're red here, all right?
Oh, okay. You see me now, right?
No.
No.
Oh, you don't see. I'm seeing me.
I see an outline of something.
Huh?
I don't know what's wrong with it. All right, y'all figure it out and come back.
It should be.
All right.
Yeah.
They got to figure it out.
Oh, well, nice
All right,
try.
they got to figure it out. They'll figure it out, hopefully. Corky, if you can hear me, I'll figure it out.
That was pretty trippy.
That's like the 7 Race video, part 2. I don't know.
Bruce, did you have a sex change during that video?
Yeah. I'm modeling our new fashion, statement here.
What is it?
Society is gonna have for summer. We'll have our
bras?
yeah, there you go. Why not? Swimsuit top.
Oh, and this show started off so good tonight.
So
oh
good.
my God.
You can always bleach
Well, you won't have to worry about sending that to Scotland.
No.
That looks a little better. Let's try Corky again. Let's see what we got here. Corky, what's up, bro?
Hey, there's
Oh, looking better. Here we go.
Ball guys. Hello, all.
Now you look good, Corky.
Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you, man. Thank
Good
you.
to see you.
Well, anyway, there's some smiling faces here just ready to rock, man. Folks are
Okay.
happy as bugs to be here. What can I tell you?
Who we got over there? Who's that young lady?
Well,
I know. I saw Veronica. Does anybody else we know from? Hey,
Hey,
what's up? Hey, Sherry. What's up, Sherry?
Hi, Doug. Hey, Mel.
Sherry.
Hey,
I'm so excited.
I
Is
like
this
your
your first live
crown.
show? Is this your first live show, Sherry?
That's Sherry.
Is this your first live show tonight for this tour?
No, I watched the Chicago show from home. But yes, this is my first live
This is your
tour.
first live. Awesome.
Show them your crown. See, look, oy
You're
vey.
gonna love it. Oy vey. So, how many people, Veronica, are there? You think?
How many people are right now?
Not
In the vestibule, and we're not even in yet. There's like maybe.
I don't even think 19 yet.
It was sold out.
I don't even know.
Maybe 20 at this time.
Okay, good.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Take you to another spot here, if that's all right. And thanks for talking.
Thank you.
There's a lot of tall people there. I hope you don't get stuck behind them.
They're asking for introductions for the home audience.
Hello, this is Chris. This is my wife, Denise.
I'm Denise.
We're
Hi.
here from
Hey,
Columbus,
Denise.
Ohio.
Okay.
So
Like
home
shirt.
edition. We're showing up in our pod here.
Oh, good.
Nice. Nice.
Oh, very nice.
Official merchandise.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
Well, this is it.
Come on, here comes another victim.
Doug.
Hey.
It's Devon.
Hey, how you doing?
Fine, honey. How are you?
How many shows have you seen?
Just the one Mike and I saw. We over at Mike's house. We watched the Cleveland show, and then this is our first live one. Mike's with me, obviously.
whole audience of live.
Hey, Mel.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey, Doug.
What's up, Mike Oros,
Nice
the maker
shirt.
of buttons.
Gotta represent.
Representing. That's what I'm talking about. Mike, get us some photos of the tiles tonight. You know what to do.
Well, we miss you guys, so hope to see you soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I wish we were there with you. It's a lot of fun. Mike is one of the moderators for the Rundgren Radio Facebook page, and he makes great buttons and stuff, which I handed out when I was there for the show. And he'll get us some photos tonight, I bet.
My earrings. My earrings.
Lovely. Lovely.
There we go.
Lovely.
Oh, okay. All right. Those masks are funny, aren't they? What's
Hey,
happening? Is that Fred?
Yes, it is.
Hi, Fred.
Hey, Mel, what's going on?
Fred from Conduit of Humanity's in the house. What are you going to do with that mask you thought you were going to wear?
I didn't. I burned it in the parking lot, but then my friend got arrested because I pointed the right way. But it's all okay because we're all pacifists inside. So
There you go. Peace.
this is gonna be fun. See you guys.
Absolutely. It's gonna be
Enjoy.
fun. They don't know what they're getting into. I'll tell you what, man.
We're doing a better job, Doug. Is this a little
You're
better?
doing great, Corky. Corky, you're doing a swell job. Who we got here? What's up?
Michael.
Hey, Mike.
Sam, how are you doing?
Hey,
Sam.
Sam. What's up, man? Where are you from? Where's Sam from?
Chicago.
You're local, huh? All right. Very nice. Who's that?
Hi, guys. This is Sue, also
Hey,
from
Sue.
Chicago.
Chicago. Is this your first night to go to a show live?
The first live one, yes.
Okay.
And it is. Hold on. Here's another guest.
Hi, Doug.
Hey, Greta, what's up? Greta
Greta.
G.
Hey,
Greta, you lost your voice. You've been to so many shows.
I got my cowboy hat.
Nice.
You ready to
Greta's
rock?
been to so many shows, she's lost her voice.
Nice.
Oh, now you're talking.
Oh, look at that. That is what
Yo.
I'm talking about. Wow.
Hats are next.
There. Take a look
Very
at Doug.
nice. Hey, there she is. Jolene, what's up? How are you?
How you doing?
This is your first show, right?
It is. Yep.
Nice shirt.
Thank
Very
you.
fitting.
Represent.
Represent.
Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
Good.
Here, sign in.
Hey, you've already been.
I've met you at the Chicago show.
I know. You've already been to a show. How many have you been to?
Two.
Just this is your second one? That's it?
This is my third one.
Third one. Okay. You're from Memphis?
I'm near Nashville, frankly.
Nashville. Okay. Awesome. So this is really your show tonight.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Wow.
I had to come to Nashville.
With her boots, no less. Drop the boots. Tom does
You got the
that.
country boots. That's perfect.
Nice.
Yeah. There we go. Nash Vegas. Nashville's not all country
You got a
anymore,
dog
you know.
ready for the tile there.
I got my what?
Yeah, your dog on the seat. He's ready to be on the tile. We're gonna be
That's Wednesday night. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Outstanding.
That's
Good to
That
right.
is outstanding. Good to see you again.
Yeah, good to
Yes.
see you.
She was at the Chicago show I attended. Very nice to meet her.
My dog that wants to be on.
Brought another dog too. Here we go.
The dog. All right. Just don't do it like this on the camera, you know. Okay.
That's right.
This is a lot of fun.
Thanks for
I
being our
bet.
roving reporter, Corky.
Corky, when are they gonna let y'all in? When are they gonna let y'all in, you think?
Pretty quick. We're sure.
Have you seen Rex? Have you seen Rex Rundgren?
Not yet.
There's me now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, we got Vicky watching at home. We got our ticket to watch tonight.
Is that Chris wearing a Rundgren Radio 10 shirt? What does he got on? What's his shirt?
And I'm talking to you on
There it
the
is. Yeah, Austin, baby. Kathleen
Yeah.
Forsyth design from the Vineyard.
Nice.
Mhm.
Okay.
Very good.
All right. Okay.
Corky, see if you can see Rex up there at the front where they check tickets.
We're looking for him, and I got to be very frank. I never did figure out how to get my ticket off of the.
You don't have to. You're good.
They're not sweating it, right? I mean, who else would come here with a COVID test to try and come to a show?
Have a
right?
negative COVID test, and you're getting in that door. That's right.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about.
That's it. How do you like that mask? It's kind of weird, isn't it?
It's a little strange, and golly, doesn't it feel like we're all on the moon? I mean, really, you know?
It looks like it.
Why haven't you put your sticker on your mask? Let's show everybody what the sticker is.
So there is a sticker, is that right? That's the thing I pocketed, I guess. I'm sorry.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
This little guy right here?
Yeah, other side.
There you go. Way fun. Way fun.
Oh, yeah. So you don't have to put on your mask. That's voluntary.
Is it really?
I'd save the sticker for something else.
Yeah, you sell on eBay next year for $100.
These are scared, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know if they're they're taking temperatures here.
Good.
Yeah, they put it on your head too. They don't have the touchless, which is kind of bizarre.
We're being very cautious.
That means you're about to go in the door.
I think so, bro.
I'm getting excited just looking at it all.
I know. So we got about 20 people, it sounds like, tonight. That's good. Maybe a few more showing up, Mike. Love it that Mike Oros is there from Ohio.
Now, will there
Veronica from Florida.
Is there several dozen extra tickets for future shows? Is that the news, or 20 more?
Yeah, you can get up to 50, I think, now into the show. But be glad that you don't have that. If you have 20 people in there, you're going to absolutely love it.
Outstanding.
And the seating's tiered, so you don't have to worry about whether you get front row or not. It's not relevant. Wherever you sit.
My temperature live on the air here. Here we go, y'all. Didn't get a memo.
110. Send him home.
110. Send me home. Oh, thanks a lot.
That was a long drive for nothing.
Outstanding.
All right, I don't see Rex over there. Normally he's at the front door, I think.
96.6, y'all. 96.6. Yeah, and if you ran into somebody,
and in a good way. Yeah.
If you ran into somebody that said their name is Sue, don't believe her.
Sue Pope, is she up there? Is Sue Pope present?
This is my person. No.
Your person?
Now you know why I'm so crazy.
Yeah. Well, who's taking care of your dog tonight?
Hold on a minute. Hold on. I believe our caterer has arrived. Hold on a minute.
Oh.
There's a caterer, bro.
Yeah.
That would be Rex, right? Okay.
That appears to be Rex right
there. Everybody. Say hello to Rundgren Radio, Doug. Would you, brother?
What's up, Rex?
Yeah, that's him.
The first time Rex has been on.
Oh shit, you got it.
All right. It's an exclusive. Well done.
Good one, Corky. You got him on Rundgren Radio.
That's right. You get a free t-shirt. You get a free t-shirt, man.
Well, yeah, I could use a shirt, bro. Okay.
All right. We appreciate you, buddy. Have a good one.
Hey,
You're going to love it.
We love you guys. You know that. Thank you so much for having us. Okay.
Be sure to dance. Michelle wants to see you dance, even though you.
All righty. Thank you again.
All right, buddy. All right, that was fun.
Hey,
Fernando.
I gotta go for a little bit before the show.
Yeah, we do too.
Yeah, we're about to sign out. All right, buddy.
Yeah, I'm getting code anxiety here.
You are? You're getting worried? Okay, so we have 33 minutes.
I have to restart my computer, you know.
Yeah, give it a half hour.
At least a minute and a half. Yeah.
30 minutes is good because they're going to be answering everybody else's problems.
Yeah, that's true.
Codes.
So, Bruce.
Yes, sir.
No.
Get it out of your system right now.
All right, so Jamie and Bruce, it's your night. Do you have anything you would like to say before we depart? Secret Society Tile Takeover, what's up?
Well, I'm just excited that everybody turned out for this, and thanks to Jamie for getting it organized and getting it launched.
This is just going to be a fun night. Glad that we're able to rally the troops for the band.
Rally the troops for the band.
Win-win for everybody.
I agree. I think we're going to have a good crowd tonight. Y'all definitely did a good job rallying everybody, and hopefully, I mean, it's nice to see you had live. You had a hat with Secret Society. You had a shirt with Secret Society.
A bra.
There's gonna be people on a bra. That was Bruce's though. He's not there, but all right. So good deal. Well, let's see, Chris. Man, let's just make sure there's nothing else we need to discuss or show tonight.
Well, we need to discuss, make sure that you guys all meet back here again on Wednesday for our RVV. But as for tonight, it's all about Secret Society.
Yep.
And enjoy the show to those who are there in person and to those who will be watching tonight. And
we'll be looking for you.
All right. Clearly Human, Todd Rundgren. Let's get the if you haven't got a ticket yet, this is the way to do it down here. Just go to nocapshows.com. You'll see Todd. It's not too late to get a ticket. I don't think you can get a tile, but that's all right. The show is well worth it. It's only $35. It's fantastic. Great show. Wednesday night will be pet night. 21st is She-Ra night. Tonight is Secret Society. Secret. Let's hear it, you guys. Let's see it here. Look, Mel and I are going to exit so y'all can sing it for us. You ready?
We'll see everybody soon. Enjoy the show.